Hi guys, today is July 9th, 2020 and futures are pointing to a higher open after swinging between gains and losses all morning, and finally after the weekly jobless claims was announced number, and that number was better than expected, and futures point to a higher open. Also yesterday stocks rose, especially after Fed Governor James Bullard came on CNBC and said that Fed will continue to support the economy, and it makes sense that the tech stocks are basically a leader in this market, and it makes sense that also stocks rose from its March or April lows. So stocks are higher this morning, and let's jump to SPY as ETF for S&P 500, and I still have these support lines, and looks like we're going higher, and I think eventually we'll take its all-time high of $339, and right now we're trading at around $317. The ETF does. So I think stocks are going higher. So let's jump to corporate news. And by the way, if you want to see what I'm trading, you can check out the Patreon link in the description of this video. Okay, let's start with some COVID treating companies. Novavax, NVAX. Okay, so a couple of days ago, Novavax was awarded $1.6 billion in funding from Operation Warp Speed. It's a government program that helps speeding the development of the COVID vaccine, and money will be used for late-stage development and to produce 100 million vaccine as soon as the late 2020. So Novavax shares rose a lot on that news, and that actually makes sense. And shares NVAX are not that expensive in my opinion. Actually, I mean, I would like it to come down a little bit to low 90s to buy it, but in general, that would be an interesting stock to buy. But it's sitting at the overbought territory right now, and I would like to come down a little bit before I buy it. Okay, shares of Regeneron also are higher. And a couple of days ago, just like Novavax, it received funding from Operation Warp Speed, and it received 450 million. And the company said that the initial doses could be available as soon as the end of the summer. So Regeneron, even though it's trading very high, but I think the Regeneron is still a buy. And I think it was upgraded this morning was the price target of $750, and even it's trading pretty much at all-time high right now, but it's still a buy. I think it's still going higher. REGN. Okay, another COVID handling stock is Moderna. So Moderna today announced a collaboration with the European company called Laboratories Pharmaceuticals Rovi to manufacture its vaccine in Madrid, Spain. So this company looks like, I mean, it was under pressure for a couple of weeks, and I actually thought that this could come down a little bit more, but looks like it's coming out of this funk it was in a couple of weeks, and I think the shares may go higher from here. MRNA. Okay, let's jump to solar space. There were a lot of news on the solar side. Vivint Solar. Okay, Vivint agreed to be acquired by a solar installation company called Sunrun for $1.46 billion in stock. And Vivint shareholders will receive 0.55 shares of Sunrun shares for each share they own. And so Vivint VSLR shares were higher, obviously, but I actually run like Sunrun, stock symbol RUN, and it's actually shares are a lot higher since the announcement. So and I think it's sitting in the overbought territory again, but if it comes down a little bit, I would be interested to buy shares of Sunrun. Okay, also in this space I like SPWR, which is SunPower, and I like CSIQ. Okay, so these stocks Also sitting in an overbought territory, but overall, I think long term these stocks could go higher as well. Okay, Occidental Petroleum is said a couple of days ago said that it's selling properties to the state of Wyoming to pay for its debt it incurred after buying Anadarko Petroleum. I mean, it's very difficult to buy for me any oil company at this point, and even Schlumberger that I like, it's also a tough buy for me. But in general, Schlumberger is one of the companies that I like. Is also like COP, ConocoPhillips, but all the other oils are in a very difficult spot at this point, and just money managers just don't like them, so I would stay away from majority of these stocks. Okay, so Square, okay, Square and Tesla remain on the watch after taking its all-time high. Just like Square, Tesla did as well. Took its all-time high and is trading higher this morning, but in general I think Tesla is trading extremely high to me. Okay, it was RSI sitting around 80 and I think I would like to establish a new position. I'm a shareholder, but to establish a new position I would like the shares to come down a little bit before I buy it. Okay. And the same thing for Nvidia. Nvidia is trading at $415. I mean, I like Nvidia a lot, but at $415 where it's opening today, I don't know if I want to establish a new position for Nvidia. And by the way, the Bank of America, I think, raised its price target for Nvidia to $460 from $420. I mean, it's a really good company and has a lot of prospects. AI, gaming, you name it. But to establish a new position and to make money on it, I think I would like the shares to come down to at least under $400. Okay, so Nikola. So Nikola had a big run yesterday after JP Morgan analyst hiked its price target to $45 and rated its shares as overweight. And on a separate note, actually, Trevor Milton shoot a video of the truck on a parking lot, and it was an Instagram video where he was basically like proving that the Nikola's truck is the real truck and it's working and it's drivable and has the fuel cell and everything else, because he said that a lot of questions about their truck and maybe it was not real. So he shot that video to prove the critics wrong, and shares of Nikola on top of that video, on top of the upgrade from the JP Morgan analyst, were shooting higher, like 35% yesterday, and it's higher today. And so it shows, I mean, it's in a pretty good position to go even higher than that. So Nikola, to me, it's could be an interesting spec buy, only spec buy. But be careful with the stock, to tell you the truth, because in September it's going to be a lockup expiration, so more shares of Nikola will be available. So for now it's okay, but closer to end of August, careful with that. Okay, UAL. So United Airlines, they reported that they will lay off 45% of its workforce in October. So United Airlines shares were lower yesterday, and it's lower today, and overall airlines shares are lower. It's a very difficult space for airlines, and very, very difficult spot. So basically they're reliant on a vaccine. They need a vaccine to come out, some kind of a vaccine, and then these shares will be a buy. And to tell the truth, I mean, they're investable as long as you're taking a long-term perspective, and as long as you're willing to be with them for at least a year or more than that. Okay, so let's jump to some retail stocks. Kohl's Corporation. Okay, Kohl's a couple of days ago, I think, was upgraded by Bank of America to buy from neutral, saying Bank of America said that upside risk outweighed the downside risk. Actually, it looks to me that calls could go higher from these levels. Stock symbol KSS. Okay, so Twitter is another company that's jumping a lot. After company posted a job listing for a new team, codename Griffon, I think Griffon, that will focus on building a subscription-based platform. And to me, looks like Twitter may go even higher than that. And it's looks like it's breaking out this resistance level around $35-$36, and could go higher from here. Okay, so home builders jumped a lot yesterday, especially a home builder called Taylor Morrison Homes. They reported actually really good numbers. Net sales orders in June nearly doubled, and compared to last year, and closings also rose 24%, and shares of TMHC and also Beazer Homes, I like them, and Toll Brothers, Lennar, they're all actually jumping yesterday and actually today as well, and I think they're in a pretty good position. The stocks in a pretty good position to go higher. So, and also I'll give you another stock, BBVY. Okay, Bed Bath & Beyond. That was a disappointment for me. Actually, I'm holding shares, and tells you, I mean, I expected much better numbers from Bed Bath & Beyond. They reported wider than expected loss, and 200 more stores closing this summer. So the shares are lower, and I don't know, I might have to sell this one, Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY. Okay, and also I will give you Carnival Cruises. So Carnival Cruises and also Royal Caribbean and other cruise operators rose this morning after Carnival German subsidiary Ada Cruises said it will restart vacation trips in August. I'm not very optimistic about cruise lines, but in general, at this point, like around $15, could be an interesting spec buy, very spec buy for me, for Carnival Cruises, and for Royal Caribbean Cruises. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you Monday.